Hey, John, here we are once again.
Hey, Rob.
Talking about important things that fans need to know based on what just happened with the Jags game.
We took care of business. It was ugly, but
Right.
we got the job done.
We had some injuries, but it looks like not so bad a little bit.
Some in the secondary. Did we lose Williams there for a bit? Or Stokes?
Evan Williams.
Fine bourbon.
Bourbon was lost about, I think, halfway through the game.
It's a fine alcohol or liquor and a fine player.
Right. It's aged well, even for as young as he is. There's two important things that kind of happened at the game. We can kind of talk about
Sure.
on a high level.
Sure.
Let's go, Brandon. Perfect.
Mick
wins the game again.
Mick, I'm a Manis. Wow. I was not nervous at all when he was kicking.
It's almost like I forgot what it was like to have a kicker that could kick the ball. It wasn't that long that we had Mason Crosby here to do kicking.
Yep.
It's not like I don't watch with like one eye closed and
it's
kind of hiding.
Every kick is an adventure. Every extra point is a potential adventure. Anders Carlson was always interesting. Nervy Nick McNervison.
So do you know where Charlie Brown is now?
He's on the 49ers, I believe.
How well do you think he's doing?
He is doing well because I watched that 49er Dallas game.
He has yet to miss a kick.
What the hell? What the heck? Sorry, kids. This is a PG-rated program.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
So here we are. I want to have Brazilis in review, and I wanted to just go ahead and just kind of review where he is and kind of look at his evolution through these first couple weeks that he's been a Green Bay Packer, because of course we cut both our quarterbacks and then traded a 7th-round pick for him.
He's 3-0.
It was somewhere around the end of August, early September. I saw somebody gave the Titans a B grade for that trade.
Wow.
When it happened, did you think B for the Packers too, or
Yeah, a generous B.
a guy that was the third string of the Titans, which we knew was going to be a really good team this year? We traded a draft pick for him.
Our scouting department, they dig in, and they must have found something.
Yeah, obviously they spent a lot of time looking at the Titans. We cut both our kickers and replaced them with Nervous Man, who was cut by the Titans.
You know, that's 1 out of 2, and in baseball, that's a 500 average. Total bargain shopping. Buy a third string quarterback, get a kicker free.
So I could be the scout looking at Willis Brazilis as a potential trade target. He catches out of the corner of his eye this kicker saying, "Oh, wow, a twofer." Wow. All right, so this is Willis. He's in the locker room. He's got the old Packer hat on, and a lot of reporters asking him questions. So this is after his first game replacing Jordan Love. He's got a nice little neon.
Let me take a closer look. Ooh, yeah, that's interesting. It's very bright.
So here's Brazilis again. This is after the next week, and he's being interviewed post-game. Of course, all smiles. Everyone's happy. He's got a different Packer hat on. Maybe not as yellow as the other hat, but still good enough.
He's falling in line a little bit to the system and the correct clothing.
During the week after that, they, of course, were still talking about him, even though Jordan Love is back. He's got the nice little Packer hat on there and looking very, hey, I'm part of this team. This is who I am. I want to be a part of, and I want to show my colors.
Shoot.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about Oneida, a major sponsor of the Packers. They have a gate, which is actually the main gate coming in from the east side of the stadium. Can't miss it. That's the one with the big stairs.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Major sponsor. The casino's nearby.
Oneida not only just paid for gate, also have their name on the Jumbotron. I mean, it's not right out there, but it's big enough where you can say Oneida paid for this to be a sponsor.
They want a piece of the action. They deserve it.
They even have an Oneida cultural dance at halftime.
What can we say? America is a land of many cultures, and Green Bay is leading the way during a football game.
So Oneida is a very important part of the Packers' history. I would say Oneida Nation, Lambeau Leap, 1, 2, 3, which would be top one I would know. It's important that we recognize that an important sponsor is the cultural location of the Oneida Nation.
Did they take over the Shopko gate after Shopko closed?
Yes, Mark Murphy. As soon as Shopko closed, I'm sure the first phone call he called was Oneida Nation saying, "Hey guys, we lost a sponsor. You want to step up?
Are you in?"
All right. So this is all important stuff when
I agree.
It comes to Oneida Nation. So what does this mean? This is the post-game interview with Brazilis, and what is this? What message is he trying to send?
Are those Milwaukee Bucks colors?
Let me show you what it is he's wearing.
Whoa! Tomahawk chop. That is not entirely appropriate, is it?
Obviously, this is the handler. They say, okay, who are we going to have interviews for the press? And Brazilis is a person who there's probably a bunch of questions. He's done it before. He knows his way. It's after a game. He win the game. You know, he played really well. They go up to him and say, hey, you're the guy. You're the one that we're going to actually give you the podium. He's got to say, "Oh, okay, this is my chance to like wear what I want to wear and send the messages that I want to send."
I mean, he hasn't been around long enough to do that, has he?
I was wondering if maybe he's getting a little overconfident.
I agree.
So I'm a little puzzled. The first 4 or 5 interviews, he's wearing the Packer garb. He's like, "I'm Go Packers. This is great." But now we have a tomahawk chop hat. I wanted to show you this too. You might be able to see this. So he's wearing this jersey, and in this jersey, there's a skull with 2 guns.
Oh no. It's Halloween. It's close to Halloween.
That would be very nice. So if it's just a Halloween thing, then fine. But it has like a line in here. It says "money hungry."
Ouch. Yeah. Maybe some of that love money could go his way.
Maybe he thinks at this point this is a good time to just stake this claim with Goody to say 1-year contract.
Would he hold out?
I don't know. I know that the Packers are handlers because they help to facilitate to get these players to where they need to be when these interviews happen. But who's the Brazilis handler? Who didn't say, "Where's your Packer hat? Where's your Packer jersey?"
Would you say that perhaps Willis, by his actions here, and the handler is maybe not handling things properly? Would you say that Willis is going Willis-nilly over everybody? Like when he scrambles on the football field, he's a pretty good runner. He runs Willis-nilly over the defenses. So maybe he's taking that devil-may-care attitude towards his interviews and his garb.
And the handler didn't point out the fact that it may not be appropriate to be wearing the tomahawk chop hat.
The handler is in need of some training, I think, EDI training.
DEI, yes. Diversity, inclusion, exclusion. No.
Yeah, exclusion, inclusion, the collusions, all the collusions. Yeah, I think the handler needs some soft skills in this arena.
Somebody dropped the ball.
Somebody did fumble. After further review, this is a major fumble on part of the Packers staff. It's not Willis's fault.
He's just he's a second string quarterback. He doesn't know what's going on,
Yeah,
right? He doesn't even get in the game plan. He's just sitting there doing mental reps. Probably never even thought that he was going to be on the podium. He just grabbed the first jersey that he saw sitting next to him and says, "I'm putting this on." And there happened to be a tomahawk chop hat sitting right next to it. I imagine that Twitter just blew up after this.
Maybe we have to rethink our HR department.
I'm still waiting for a statement from Murphy.
Yeah, well, he's probably hosting roasted chicken dinner with the Knights of Columbus or something with baked goods, and he's busy.
So the question is, where are we at with the Lions? The Lions, who have constantly put together a good game after a good game after a good game, where the Packers have put in a good game after an okay game after we had to kick it to win it.
Good game-ish.
The only thing I can say about the Lions, and this is one thing that's kind of a positive, is we kind of know them.
True. It was so nice having Wayne Fonts, Eric Kramer, who's the guy, Schwartz? Was he 0-16? It was always fun to play the Lions.
Joe Barry used to be the defensive coordinator, maybe only won one game that year.
And I'm glad we snapped him up then.
All right. I'm not so sure we're the team that can beat the Lions.
Does Jordan Love start, or will Brazilis, who plays within the system?
I want to say something about the Jordan Love versus Brazilis.
Yep, go for it.
Robert Saleh helped the game plan for all the plays that were being called for Jordan Love. He had nothing to say about the Brazilis plays.
Really?
Robert Saleh really the positive influence that everyone says he really is?
Yeah, I mean, his track record with the Jets was not stellar.
I don't know what you felt about the plays that are being called. This was the most generically dull play calling that I had seen for the Packers for probably over a year.
Do you think he had an influence there over LaFleur?
All the creative plays, he probably said, "Oh, I know how to beat that."
Yeah.
And now we're kind of stuck with the plays that handed off to not Aaron Jones and go up the middle.
That was also concerning, yes, the lack of originality. But maybe he thought, this is my chance to call some plays because I couldn't do it with the Jets because Aaron Rodgers did all the time.
I wonder if Robert Saleh sat in for the Jets when the Jets were having their struggles.
Yeah, I think so.
I almost think that Robert Saleh should maybe go into office and maybe just search Google.
Could he be a handler for the post-game interviews, maybe? There could be an opening there, right?
We could find a job for him.
I think so.
Sure, he has probably a little bit of experience with having to deal with getting players to the right places.
Yep, after the game. I hear he's good with logistics. That could help.
He can prepare the players that might actually be interviewed to say, okay, I'm looking for you after the game.
I'm here to help. Leave the tomahawk chop hat behind and let's go from there.
Put a Packer hat. Now go see the press.
Yeah, I think Saleh, he could do that.
I think we found a job for him. This defensive eye of the offensive plays not working out. Let's have him be the player handler.
It's all about the right fit. Sometimes it takes time, and I think we've got it for him. Set them up for success.
There's nothing worse than going into a situation where you have no clue as to what you're going to do next.
Exactly. Do we go? Where's the podium? What room? Are we going to be at a hotel?
Are the lights on?
Lights.
Is there anybody there?
It's so many factors, so many moving parts. I think Saleh can handle the responsibilities. At least let's give him a chance. I think he's shown promise, but we'll see if he can deliver.
I think we're going to have a really good postmortem after the Lions. There'll be a lot to talk about. I have another prediction.
Fire away.
I think the Jets are going to go on a 5-game winning streak.
What? Bold prediction.
They just have too many good players. They just can't keep making these kind of mistakes. They have the people that can beat any other team. It's sort of the situation where I think there's just too many times here where people have so much fun, and I count myself as one of them, of like stomping on the guy who's down.
It's easy to do,
and it's fun too, especially when it's not you.
I always prefer to be not stomped on, be the stomper instead of the stompee.
I mean, it seems impossible, but I think that this is kind of one of those things that'll happen. There's one caveat to this.
What's that?
Aaron Rodgers can't get hurt.
True. With regard to the Jets, I think they better get going soon.
Right.
Time to hit the friendly skies.
Okay, John, so we'll just get together again right after the Lions game.
The Packers' victory, I should say, over the Lions. Wishful thinking maybe, but why not? And we'll see what quarterback.
And hope that Robert Saleh steps up in his role, the new role as handler.
I think we have a job for him, and it's up to him to produce.
Well, take care, John.
All right, Rob. You got it.